That's easy. I already know what it is. And when I first started doing MMA, we were doing these small clubs, and there was a place in Des Moines where a lot of people were going to at the time. Again, this is when kind of MMA was kind of fresh in these areas, and I would go to Des Moines at this place called Toad Holler. Every I believe it was every Wednesday, and people would sign up just to do MMA. And there was a lot of mismatches, but it was a guy who was almost 400 pounds that signed up to fight me. Dude, when I saw the guy come around the corner, and no one knows these stories except for people who filmed a lot of this stuff on VHS.
Yeah.
Now, when I signed up, again, you sign up every week. I got in the ring, but I just remember getting in this ring, and then I was like, "Shit, this guy is huge." But at the time, I didn't have that mentality. My mentality was would kill these people, and I think the first when the bell rung or whatever went off, I went right after this guy, and for some reason, I got in back of him because I was a lot quicker. Got in back of him, grabbed him with that vice grip, and I slammed him. I picked him. I really literally picked him up. This almost 400-pound man, and slammed him so hard on the ring floor that the board underneath the ring that sets up the ring broke.
Oh my goodness.
Broke. And people try to deny that story. It's somewhere in Des Moines. Somebody has the film of me doing that. So that was one time.
The repair of that wood underneath.
But they kept the fights going though. But literally broke a board because you had board in the pad. Literally broke a board with a 400-pound man. And a lot of the VHS is out there somewhere. That's before YouTube. But yeah. That's one of the moments where no one knows that unless you were there.
For me, football wasn't my first sport.
Okay.
I signed up for basketball, and I loved basketball. I didn't end up playing in high school because I ran track and played football, but just for me it was special because I learned how to compete and had great coaches and mentors as. I started basketball 3rd grade, played all the way till about 8th grade. So I had 5 years of it. But basketball taught me a lot about being an athlete, getting your hips down and playing defense. And I just love that defensive part about basketball. And I think that's really got me ready for football. It's hard to believe that.
But how so?
But I mean, just the, basketball is physical. You're right. You got to box guys out. You got to learn how to win and get position. I wasn't all that great at shooting. I wasn't all that great at shooting at basketball, but I could play some defense and I could steal the ball. And I think that just gave me more confidence, as an athlete.
Yeah.
That and helped me with football because I really truly believe this and all the things that I've done for. Coaching youth or being around, college and high school athletes and coaching youth football, that multi-sport athlete to me, somebody that does all sports or multiple sports played.
So you've always been an athlete all the way around the board?
Or was it to me though? Like basketball made me an athlete, and I loved football. Don't get me wrong, I loved football, but it allowed me to just be confident in myself as an athlete because it gave me these tools like moving quick, the line drills in basketball or playing defense, and then being physical, like in the paint. Like they knew I couldn't shoot. They put me as a forward, right? So I could go box people out and I could jump and get a rebound. Yeah. And that was my role for the team, right? But it just, like I said, it gave me that confidence in football. And I don't think people understand that, like, oh, maybe he's a football player as well. And then actually when I started playing football, I wasn't a quarterback or running back. They had me at like tight end. So like my first year I was on the line. I was on a 3-point stance as a tight end. And I like telling that story for all the kids out there that think, oh, I'm just going to go be a quarterback and a Heisman Trophy winner. Doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you got to learn how to block and tackle and put your hand down first.
So you were an Allen Iverson type before Allen Iverson, because he played football.
Yeah.
He played football and then he chose basketball.
Yeah,
so that's funny.
Yeah.